The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. The root of suffering is attachment. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth. Three things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. To conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. If you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path. In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. Your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. It is better to travel well than to arrive. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. You only lose what you cling to. Nothing is permanent. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. Do not believe anything, no matter where you read it or who said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and common sense. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The tongue, like a sharp knife, kills without drawing blood. An idea that is developed and put into action is more important than an idea that exists only as an idea. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. True love is born from understanding. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. In separateness lies the world's great misery. In compassion lies the world's true strength. Work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. As you walk and eat and travel, be where you are. Otherwise, you will miss most of your life. No one outside ourselves can rule us inwardly. When we know this, we become free. Purity or impurity depends on oneself. No one can purify another. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. Do not overrate what you have received, nor envy others. He who envies others does not obtain peace of mind. There is no fire like passion, no shark like hatred, no snare like folly, no torrent like greed. Better than worshipping gods is obedience to the laws of righteousness. He who walks in the Eightfold Noble Path with unswerving determination is sure to reach nirvana. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to others. There is no fear for one whose mind is not filled with desires. You cannot travel the path until you have become the path itself. An insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. He who loves 50 people has 50 woes. He who loves no one has no woes. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle. Wise people are diligent. If we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. If a man's mind becomes pure, his surroundings will also become pure. The whole secret of existence is to have no fear. A disciplined mind brings happiness. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. Everything that has a beginning has an ending. Make your peace with that, and all will be well. There are only 2 mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way, and not starting. True wisdom is when we accept the things we cannot change, and change the things we can. When watching after yourself, you watch after others. When watching after others, you watch after yourself. Do not let your peace depend on the actions of others. Let your peace rest within yourself. Suffering follows a person as the wheels follow the ox that draws the cart. He who does not seek the unattainable cannot fail to attain it. The path is the way, not the destination. Give, even if you only have a little. All experiences are preceded by mind, having mind as their master, created by mind. He who has awakened is free from fear. A jug fills drop by drop. The wise man makes an island of himself that no flood can overwhelm. Change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Our sorrows and wounds are healed only when we touch them with compassion. It is in the nature of things that joy arises in a person free from remorse. There has to be evil so that good can prove its purity above it. Life is a river always moving, and you can never touch the same water twice. Those who cling to perceptions and views wander the world offending people. You should meditate often, not for others, but for yourself. The wise have mastered body, speech, and mind. They are the true masters. There is no wealth like knowledge, and no poverty like ignorance. One who acts on truth is happy in this world and beyond. The gift of truth excels all other gifts. To understand everything is to forgive everything. Kindness should become the natural way of life, not the exception. Meditate. Live purely. Be quiet. Do your work with mastery. Be vigilant. Guard your mind against negative thoughts. Ambition is like love, impatient, both of delays and rivals. If you truly loved yourself, you could never hurt another. In whom there is no sympathy for living beings, know him as an outcast. May all beings have happy minds. With our thoughts, we make the world. Wear your ego like a loose-fitting garment. Those who are awake live in a constant state of amazement. He who loves no one hates no one. Do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. Happiness will never come to those who fail to appreciate what they already have. You are the community now. Be a lamp for yourselves. If you are quiet enough, you will hear the flow of the universe. Patience is key. Remember, a jug fills drop by drop. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. Before giving, the mind of the giver is happy. While giving, the mind of the giver is made peaceful. You will not be judged by how much you accomplish, but by how much compassion you show. Speak or act with an impure mind, and trouble will follow you. Set your heart on doing good. Do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. If we fail to look after others when they need help, who will look after us? Contentment is the highest wealth. Those who have found peace can create peace. For others, only the wise know that the mind is a weapon, sharper than any sword. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. All things appear and disappear because of the concurrence of causes and conditions. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. The more fully you give your energy to what you love, the stronger it becomes. What you are is what you have been. What you will be is what you do now. Let go of the attachment, and your pain will let go of you. What we think, we become. You should be an island unto yourself, a refuge unto yourself. The world is full of suffering. It is also full of overcoming. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle. The one who can control his thoughts, words, and actions is truly free. Do not pursue the past. Do not lose yourself in the future. To live a life without regret, we must focus on what is real. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your unguarded thoughts. There is no wealth greater than inner peace. Enlightenment is when the wave realizes it is the ocean. The more you know, the less you need. Awaken your inner strength through knowledge and compassion. The truth is not always comfortable, but it is always liberating. As long as we are caught in the illusion of separateness, we will suffer. Even as a solid rock is unshaken by the wind, so are the wise unshaken by praise or blame. Suffering arises from craving. To hold, you must first open your hand. The journey is the reward. Through perseverance one may attain joy. Do not overlook the power of small steps. Just as a snake sheds its skin, we must shed our past over and over again. He who knows only one side of a story knows nothing. Once you know yourself, you will understand the world. The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. The road is long, but your will is your compass. Let your walk be one of kindness. The greatest victory is the victory over oneself. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. The wise person looks for understanding and insight. Do not underestimate the power of words. A single kind word can change a life. Only when you release do you truly hold. The path is difficult, but every step is an answer. An untrained mind brings sorrow. The teacher opens the door, but you must enter yourself. Just as treasures are uncovered from the earth, so too is inner peace, found by wisdom. Do not get lost in regret. for it is a path of thorns. When you train your mind, you stop blaming others for your suffering. Focus not on the shortcomings of others, but on your own failures. Freedom comes when we release the illusion of control. Be guided by love, not by fear. Compassion is an expression of inner strength, not weakness. There is no external force greater than a mind free from suffering.